The next sums of squares we will calculate will be the sums of squares due to sex. Sums of squares due to sex can be calculated by taking the squared difference between this value and the grand mean and this value and the grand mean. So we'll begin with the first of those values, which is the average length of stay for females, minus the grand mean, and we'll fix that with an F4 and then square it, and then drag this to the right, and we get the squared difference between the mean for males and the grand mean. It may be noted that both of these values are exactly the same, which is always to be expected if there are only two levels of a given variable. Now the mean for females and the mean for males are both averaged across 10 people in 4 hospitals. So to get the sums of squares due to sex, I will say equal 10 for the people times 4 for the hospitals times the sum of these two values. And when I hit enter, I get 92.45. We can also calculate the sums of squares for the interaction term, hospital by sex, which will go right here. According to the formula on page 326, 10.17, the sums of squares for hospital by sex, which is given in the equation as the sums of squares for rows times columns, is found first by taking each of these means, subtracting each of these means, and adding the grand mean, and finally squaring the result. So we will carry out those calculations beginning in cell H11 with equal first the mean length of stay for females in Albemarle minus the mean length of stay for females, and that will be fixed with an F4 so that we will always be in row 8, minus the mean length of stay for Albemarle, and that will be fixed with an F4 so that we will always be in column J, plus the grand mean fixed with an F4 so we will always be in cell J8. Then we square that value, and this is the first component of the sums of squares for hospital times sex. Now I'll drag this to the right and drag it down 4 cells, and these are all the values that will be summed in this cell right here, H21. Now each of the values here, or each of the values in the original data, are averaged over 10 people. So this will be equal to 10 times the sum of all of these values. And we get for hospital by sex 17.65.